A pentagonal lamina having edges 25 mm is placed on one of its corners on HP such that the surface makes an angle of 30 degree with HP, and perpendicular bisector of Z passing through the corner on which the lamina rests appears to be inclined at 30 degrees to VP. Draw the top and front views of the lamina. Since it is a pentagon having it is a odd number size, so corner opposite will always be edge, whether it is resting on corner or whether it is resting on base or the side. Always the side should be perpendicular to VP. So he says one of its corners on HP such that the surface makes an angle of 30 degree with HP. So obviously, since the surface makes an angle of 30 degree with HP, so we have to start from horizontal plane. So here, first we will go to take the surface inclination with respect to HP is 0 degrees, in the sense that the surface has to be parallel to HP. So when you look from the front view, all the sides are resting on HP, so obviously it should be parallel to HP. So since it is parallel to HP, so we are getting the true shape here. So when you look from the top view, all the points are visible. A, B, C, D, E are visible. When you look from the front view, A, B, C is near to the observer, so A dash, B dash, C dash is visible, and D and E is away from the observer, so D dash and D dash is on brackets. And here he says the perpendicular bisector. The perpendicular bisector has to be parallel to VP. Then only we will be able to see the true length in the vertical plane, which is A dash M dash in bracket. So which is AM here on the top view. Now, as we see, so here the surface is perpendicular to VP, so that is the reason why we are getting a line in the front view, and it is parallel to HP, so that is the reason why we are getting the true shape in the horizontal plane. So this is how you will be having the orthographic view, wherein a perpendicular bisector A dash M dash, which is parallel to HP, so we are getting the true length in the horizontal plane, and the perpendicular bisector AM, which is parallel to VP, so we are getting the true length in the vertical plane. So here when the surface is rotated, then it will going to become the true inclination. Now in the second position, he says one of its corners on HP, so the corner is resting on HP such that the surface makes an angle of 30 degree with HP. So once the surface is inclined at 30 degrees to HP, but still that surface is perpendicular to VP, so that is the reason why you are getting a line in the front view. And as we look from the front view, A, B, C is near to the observer, so A dash, B dash, C dash is visible, and D and E is away from the observer, so D dash and E dash will become invisible. As the surface become inclined, the perpendicular bisector is also inclined by an angle of 30 degrees because the perpendicular bisector is on that particular surface. So once the perpendicular bisector is, once the surface is inclined and the perpendicular bisector is inclined to HP, so in the top view, we will going to get the perpendicular bisector, which will be in apparent length, because the actual perpendicular bisector length is 38.4710, which is the true length of the perpendicular bisector. When it looks from the top view, so the perpendicular bisector will going to be reduced in length, which is 33.3169. So that means it will going to be in the apparent length, and here in the front view it will going to be in the true length. So that is what we have shown here in the 2 dimension. When the surface is inclined to HP by 30 degrees, when it is resting on one of its corners on HP, so here the perpendicular bisector will going to become apparent length, which is 33.3169. So now the perpendicular bisector of J passing through the corner on which the lamina rests appears to be inclined to VP at 30 degrees. So since he says appears, so that means you have the apparent inclination. Apparent inclination is given. As we know, in the second position top view, you have the perpendicular bisector is an apparent length, and the inclination given is also apparent inclination. Therefore, we rewrite the second position top view by rotating at an angle of 30 degrees and then write the front view. So this is how you will be able to analyze in 2D and as well as in 3D. You can see in 3 dimension also the perpendicular bisector is inclined at 30 degrees to VP, and you have the apparent length of 33.3169. When it is projected onto the vertical plane, you will going to get this is the final position of the pentagon, and we can see still the corner is resting on HP and the perpendicular bisector appears to be inclined to VP at 30 degrees, and you have the corners on HP and the surface is inclined at 30 degrees to HP, and here it's a pentagonal lamina of 25 mm. So this is how you will be able to analyze this in 3D analysis and also in 2D analysis. Now we will going to try to solve the problem using the sketchbook. First we will going to draw the XY line and mark XY and VP and HP with a thin line. So then first we will going to draw a vertical line perpendicular to the XY and by measuring 25 mm, and you mark this point as C and D. So by using the protractor with C as center, take an included angle of 108 degrees and then draw an inclined line from C as center. Similarly with D as center, take an angle of 108 degree and then draw an angle of 108 degree, include an angle, and draw a line from the point D. Then by using the compass with C as center, take the radius of 25 and cut an arc on this 108 degree line so that you will going to get this point B and you mark the point as B. Similarly with D as center, take a radius of 25 and cut an arc on this, include an angle of 108 degree, and you mark that point as E. Then with B as center, take the radius of 25 and draw an arc. With E as center, cut an arc on the previously drawn arc by taking the radius of 25 and you mark this point as A. And then you measure the midpoint of CD, which will be equal to 12.5 from C or D. You mark this point and join A to M with a thin line so that AM will going to become the perpendicular bisector. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to A with a dark line. Now we need to write the front view. To write the front view, draw a vertical projector from the point A to the XY line and draw a vertical projector from B and E to the XY line and draw a vertical projector from C and D to the XY line. And then as you look from the front view, A dash is A, B, C is near to the observer. So A dash, B dash, C dash is visible. D, M, D, E, which is invisible. So you mark that point as D dash in bracket, E dash in bracket, and M dash is in bracket. As he says that one of the corners is resting on HP, take any convenient distance from the first position front view and you mark this point as A dash. And by using the protractor, you measure an angle of 30 degree with respect to the XY line and then draw an inclined line. Then you measure the distance up from the first position front view, which is the distance from A dash to C dash, and you transfer from A dash on the 30 degree line and you mark this point as C dash, D dash in bracket, and M dash in bracket. Then you measure the distance from A dash to B dash and transfer it in the second position with A dash as center, cut an arc on the 30 degree line and you mark the point as B dash and then D dash in bracket. Then you join A dash to C dash with a dark line. Now as you look from the top view, so now we need to write the top view. Draw a vertical projector from A dash and draw a horizontal projector from A. Both these 2 points will going to intersect at this point and you mark this point as A. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from B dash and A dash and draw a horizontal projector from B to intersect at the point B and also from E to intersect at this point E. Similarly, draw a vertical projector from C dash, D dash, and M dash and draw a horizontal projector from C to intersect at this point C and draw a horizontal projector from M to intersect at this point M and draw a horizontal projector from D to intersect at this point and you mark this point as D. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E, and E to A with a dark line. Now AM will going to be the perpendicular bisector, which will going to be in the apparent length as the surface becomes inclined to HP. Since the perpendicular bisector of the edge passing through the corner will also rest on the surface, so obviously that perpendicular bisector will be inclined. Once the perpendicular bisector becomes inclined, so you're going to get the apparent length in the top view. And he says that the perpendicular bisector containing the corner on which the lamina rests appears to be inclined to VP at 30 degrees. As he says that it appears to be inclined, so naturally you're going to get the apparent, he has given apparent inclination, and in the second position top view is also apparent length. So therefore you reproduce the same drawing at an angle of 30 degrees so that the perpendicular bisector is inclined at 30 degrees. That means AM is the perpendicular bisector, which is as shown here, and this line has to be rotated by 30 degrees. To redraw this second position top view, consider any point and draw a horizontal line here. And you would mark this point as small a. Then with respect to the horizontal, you measure an angle of 30 degree and then draw an inclined line by using the protractor. Then you measure the distance from A to M from the second position top view with A as center, cut it on that 30 degree line and you mark this point as M. So through M with respect to AM by using the protractor, you measure an angle of 90 degree and then draw a perpendicular line to AM. Similarly, you measure the distance from A to this point, and from A you transfer it on this line, on the AM line. Then by using the protractor with this as center with respect to AM line, you measure an angle of 90 degree and then draw a perpendicular to that inclined line AM. Then you measure the distance from M to C and M to D, which both will going to have equal distances, and transfer from this point. You mark this from M and cut an arc on the below that line, and also the same distance will be transferred onto the above that line, and you mark this point as C and you mark this point as D. Similarly, we measure the distance from this point to B and also from this point to E. Both will going to have same distance, so and transfer from this point to below that line to below EAM line to get this point B, and also above that line which will going to be E. Then you mark A, B, C, D, E and M. Then join A to B, B to C, C to D, D to E and E to A. Now to write the front view, so draw a vertical projector from A to the XY line and draw a horizontal projector from A dash. Both will going to intersect at this point, and you mark this point as A dash. Similarly, draw a horizontal projector from B dash and A dash, and draw a vertical projector from B to intersect at this point B dash, and then from E to intersect at this point, and you mark this point as B dash and A dash. Similarly, draw a horizontal projector from C dash and D dash, and draw a vertical projector from C to intersect at this point, and you mark this point as C dash, and draw a vertical projector from D to intersect at this point, and you mark this point as D dash. Then join A dash to B dash, B dash to C dash, C dash to D dash to E dash, and E dash to A dash. So this is how you will be able to write the solution in the sketchbook. Now to identify whether the problem is whether we have to consider all the data which is given in the problem. So in the problem you can see that the final position, the corner is resting on HP. The perpendicular bisector passing through the corner on which the laminar S, which should be A dash M dash, appears to be inclined to VP at 30 degrees, and then it is resting on one of its corners on HP, and the surface makes an angle of 30 degree with respect to the HP, and this is a regular pentagonal lamina of 25 mm. Since we have considered all the parameters which is given in the problem, and hence this will going to be our final solution.